Hey everyone, this is an exciting show. It's actually a question I have been waiting to ask Omar for a couple of weeks now, and I didn't have the guts to ask it. Well, screw it. I'm going to ask him now. So how you doing, Omar?
Pretty good. How are you, Michael?
I'm doing great. So when I think about what we've talked about, your success you've had, the teams you're doing, I've always wanted to ask this question. What does it take to be successful in this business versus the folks that bail? And let me give you a frame of reference, right? I've been doing this 20 years. I have seen agents come and go in my market. And, I've seen record people go into the business in '06 and then not many people in 2010. It's one of these things that attract people, maybe because of the money or whatever, working for themselves. But I wanted to ask somebody who's a top producer and been a top producer for a while. What do you think it is that makes some people last and some people burn out? Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, Michael. I was one of them.
Nah.
Literally. When you keep going forward and you hit a wall every single day, and this is the challenges of real estate, you get to a point where you're just like, dude, is this something that I'm doing? I mean, why? Isn't there another avenue? Is there another path? But what most people, that's when people quit, right? Because they have that adversity. They had the challenges. But the minute you push past it and look through the wall, not if there is a wall in front of you, look through it as to see what's behind it or what's after it. That's what the success is made from. Is change your perspective as to, is it a wall or is it just an imagination of a challenge? And you think it's a damn wall.
Wow. Yeah. Again, our experience is so similar. I love it. Because again, in my sales career, again, we had quotas and we had new technology and all these other pieces and parts. But the person that didn't see a wall, right? Everybody hits it. Then you hear the old Rocky thing, it's not how hard you can get it, it's how many hard you can get and get up. Everybody thinks that. But if you still just keep going at the wall, that's what isn't Edison or who said that? Who?
Insanity.
Yeah, I
Doing
forget.
the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
Yeah, it's not Edison. It's one other smart guy that said that. But yeah, that's just crazy talk for me. So what I always look for is, okay, you've identified the wall. Fine. It's this lack of references. It's lack of a database. It's price point, whatever it is. Now is a comma, not a period. What are we doing about it? I'm going to go over. I'm going to go around. I'm going to dig a goddamn tunnel. I'm going to go to get some dynamite and blow a freaking hole in the wall, right? Let's have about that, right? It's not there's a wall, period. It's a wall, comma.
Ooh, that's good.
I'm going to do this or that. So
I like that.
I love that thing. So again, recognition of a wall is important because ignoring it, pretending it's not there doesn't work. It's not effective. But identification, talking with your broker, for example, a new agent on your team. This is what I think about when I said the dynamite, right? Let's just say you're a new agent, you're on your team, or maybe you're an agent coming to your team and they're like, hey, what do I do? First thing you do is go, great. Yeah, you have a tough buyer. It's a busy street, whatever it is, recognize. Then you go, hey, I'm going to go to Omar, who has a big database and he knows some landlords and I don't know any landlords. And maybe a busy street's not good for an owner, but maybe it's great for a landlord because the rent's not really that much less and they can put up a fence and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to bring this to Omar and let him blow a goddamn hole in this wall.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's so amazing how our stories and experiences are the same. So let's talk about that again.
Okay.
Is it just that recognition? Is that one of the simple things? The people that see the wall and sit down and just whine and cry versus the people that see the wall and do something about it?
So you said it perfectly. You identify the wall, what it is, right? And a wall is a wall is a challenge, everybody. Okay.
Yeah,
it's a challenge as to why your deal isn't getting accepted, as to why the signature wasn't signed, as to why you couldn't convey the right message to the seller to get your investment property in escrow. So all of these challenges come about, right? But the aspect is, well, what are you doing to amplify your skills? That's the thing. It's like everybody wants the success, but nobody wants to get better up here. Nobody wants to learn.
I love that.
They don't want to take somebody else's information and implement it and execute on it. Because I write notes still, and I'm in the business 17 years. And Michael does as well.
Absolutely.
The reason being because it works.
Yeah.
So now you identified your issue. So now what are you going to do to go fix it? Ask somebody else. Michael just thought about, hey, ask the broker, blow the hole in the wall, and go through it. Who cares if you have to crawl through it and it hurts your back and you know the metaphor
you
there.
get a little dirty,
It doesn't matter, because becoming a little dirty in this business, you have to, because you're going to get beat the hell up. You are.
You're going to get some calluses on your hand.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. And you're going to get the check. That's what happens when you get through the wall, right? In this analogy, the money's on the other side of the wall.
Okay. But you mastered, or you got better at that skill set. But the next thing I want to share with you guys is your money mindset.
Okay?
Because you can go make $100,000 a year and you think you're the biggest dude ever now, or lady. Okay. That confidence, which is 100% great. But remember, what got you to that 100K isn't going to get you to 250,000.
Exactly.
And that 250,000 isn't going to get you to $500,000.
Yeah.
And I can keep going. $500,000 to $1 million. You think the person that made 100K is going to be the same person that makes $1 million in GCI? No. Why? Because they got beat up. They worked on their skill set some more. And that's the key. And the people that last understand they have to continue to grow.
Yeah.
The people that quit go buy that nice ass car after they make $100,000. And then now they're chasing. Now they have different pressure. And either you're going to fold in pressure when you have these bills coming every month, because guess what? They show up at your doorstep every single month.
Yeah, they do. The rat race is real.
Yes. Commission checks don't show up every single month.
No.
Passive income doesn't show every single month. It should, but remember, it's somebody else paying for that rent.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be positioned to receive that money. You got to get better at the $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year, and add some of the what is it? 30% you should save and put into investments and live on 70.
Yeah.
But most people don't do that because they want to live on 110% of their freaking money.
Exactly. Oh, man.
I can go on and on about this because it's all about the mindset of what you make and how are you spending it versus what you're keeping.
Yeah.
To really implement and get that trajectory so you don't quit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously there's a lot more to it.
That's amazing. It's so funny. It's actually one of the things I'm working on right now, because that was a key to my starting way back when I was 30 was I spent 100% of my income. And over the next couple of years, we got it to 50%.
That's huge.
Yeah. So I'm creating a course all around how to do that, just because I think it's so important. And oh, by the way, it's the rat race. Again, I'm trying to teach kids and parents that the rat race is real. And I think it starts the day you graduate, whether it's high school, college, PhD, master's, whatever it is. Once you leave school and you enter the world, the rat race begins, and people don't see it. They get trapped 40 hours for 40 years.
That's 40 hours, 40 years with a $200,000 school loan or whatever the case is, and then you got to pay that. It's like, you'd rather not even, I mean, I'm not saying anything because I only graduated college, played baseball. That's it. And then I created my own destiny technically by listening to other people.
Yeah.
And there's a difference between school understanding and knowledge versus real life shit.
Yeah, I totally agree. The other thing I want to bring up, you brought up, and it's again, so amazing how our worlds are the same. So in my world, we always had yearly targets, right?
Okay.
So for example, I was running a sales team, and for whatever reason, their quota last year was 2 million and everybody did 2.4. I'm just making stuff up, but everybody hit their goal. Right. So what happens in my business is January comes around, people that got 2.4, their quota next year is probably going to be 2.8, right? It's incrementally more. Wow. Right? Okay. Just for example. But what I would do in my teams is, so once they got their new number of 2.8, I would never talk about it again. Because what I want to do is I want to go in the room and talk about 5.8 or 5.6, whatever's double their goal.
Okay.
Because when you do something incrementally more, right? 2.4 to 2.8, most people get lazy. They only go, hey, if I do just these little things better and things break my way, I could do 2.8. I'm going to be lazy all year. Right. But if my boss comes in and says, no, motherfucker, you're going to go from 2.4 to 5.6,
Double.
You break things, right? Because you
Right.
can't just double. You're not going to double by doing little things. You're going to go, how do I fundamentally change my business? How do I get more leverage? How do I get more deals? How do I get more meetings? How do I get more POCs? It's just the mental gymnastics that happen when you go in on day one and say your number is 2.8, but we're going to do 5.6. First off, people freak out, right? Because they could barely convince themselves they could do 2.8. And now you're telling them everybody's got to do 5.6. It freaks them out for the first 30 minutes. And then the magic happens. It's like, how are we going to
it?
Yeah. How are we going to, well, they believe it next. First they go, well, you know what? Let's try this. Let's do this. And by the time lunch comes around, they are starting to believe.
Right.
And by the time the evening comes around, they've taken their first 10 ideas, flushed 8 of them, and now they have 8 more ideas. And by the time you go to dinner, people are rocking and rolling. And I never hear any of them talk about 2.8 ever again. They talk about 5.6 at every meeting the next 365 days. It's awesome.
Huge. And that right there that's the inspiration that you gave them. 100%.
Yeah.
You gave them a target. You gave them their GPS.
Yeah. And I'm telling them 2.8 is unacceptable. We're not doing that, folks. I don't want to ever talk about that again. I want you guys to make $1 million this year. And in my business, they can make $1 million if they double what they were supposed to. Sometimes maybe it's 2.5 times, but they can make $1 million. My people in my business, when they hit it big. And I've had people shake my hands and take pictures with their $1 million W-2s. It's a special feeling. So stop thinking incrementally better. Whatever you did this year, if you did 10 contracts or 12 wholesale deals, congratulations, celebrate for a minute. Now ask yourself, what does it take to double it next year? Because it's a game-changing mindset.
That's huge, Michael. And you know what? And I want to share something with everyone and you. I have here, I write this down, and it's been in front of me for a really long time. I don't know if you can read that. There's a lot of cuss words on here as to why I shouldn't quit and this and that. Like, honestly.
Yeah, like
but the number one thing, I break it all down. $342 a day is $125K. $684 a day is $250,000. $1,370 is $500,000. 24 or 2740 is $1 million a year. And then my goal, obviously, $2 million is $5,480 per day. I see it every single day because and then when I hit a number, I want to double it. So this is what has happened.
Yeah, you're not trying to get incrementally better. Incrementally better doesn't interest us.
No, at all.
I love that. Dude, we're the same, just a different business. It's awesome. Mm-hmm. So again, the people that last in this business, they get that, right? They just bigger aspirations. They work harder or.
You know what? The people that last understand, this is the key. They understand it's not going to happen overnight.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it doesn't happen by themselves. Is that fair?
No. You have to have a team because in order to get to $1 million, you can't do it by yourself.
Yeah.
You have to have systems and processes involved so you're able to leverage yourself and go produce at a higher level, and your time now becomes more valuable.
Yeah.
Because you can't have that $100,000 a year mindset to try to make $1 million. I'm sorry, it's not going to work.
That's
you can get lucky, you can get a scratcher or win a lottery, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's not going to be repeatable and consistent.
No.
Oh, this is fun. Any closing thoughts on this topic? This has been a fun one.
You know, the closing aspect of this, you know, we talk about a lot of stuff. And at the end of the day, you're going to go make money. Okay. In any business that you're in, stay in it long enough and you will make money, providing you understand that you're going to still implement and learn more. Okay. And then when you receive it, when you get that success, whatever that might be, 100K, 200K, 250K, don't spend it all. Yeah. Use it to reinvest, because if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you're going to continue to work till you die.
There you go. Omar, this has been a lot of fun.
And this is the man right there. Sorry. This is the man. He has all these rental properties. He sleeps and then everything gets paid. I mean, come on. This is the goal.
Yeah, and again, folks, the money mindset idea is very important, right? Because again, a lot of people that get in my position, I call it stopping the momentum,
100. Oh my
right?
gosh.
They get in, they get a little cocky, they buy this, they buy that. And again, the rat race is a wheel, right? Suddenly you go buy nice cars, the wheel gets bigger, you got to stay in it longer. Man, I don't increase my wheel. In fact, I work to get my wheel smaller, so I even have more cushion. It's fun, but it that
Right.
money mindset comment, dead right, dead on. People got to go
It's
back and listen.
huge, Michael. It's big. I just took a picture.
Yeah,
I'm
I
going
saw
to
that.
post that.
I saw it. Cool. Yeah. Well, folks, this has been a lot of fun. Omar, I want to go back to episode 1. Congratulations on being the #1 Intero agent in Southern California. You're the man. Congrats. And if people want to join your team, there's got to be agents in Southern California that want to be a part of the action. What should they do?
Guys, reach out to me through IG, Omar_Alfaro, or just email me, Omar@OmarAlfaro.com.
There you
Really
go.
that simple.
All right, buddy. We'll talk next Tuesday.
All right, buddy. Later, guys.